divide means start dividing the larger problem into sub problems. Conquer means start solving the sub problems. After solving the sub problems, how do you arrive at the larger solution? That's the either combine or merging of the sub problems solutions. Let us call it a sub problems solutions. So going on this approach, we have to find a divide and conquer approach for solving this problem. What are we solving? We want to find a maximum sum subarray for this given array. So if you look here, it has maximum subarray. Now this is your maximum subarray, the elements containing this with the sum of 50, or it could be this. So we'll figure out, we'll put one constraint so that we'll always end up with only one subarray. As of now, we are not bothered about are we getting this or are we getting the minimal array of 5, 10, 2. We only want a subarray whose sum is maximum. Whether I get the first part or latter part, right now slightly we will relieve that condition. So once we write all the algorithms, we will try to solve that aspect as well. So what we do in divide and conquer? In a divide and conquer, we keep on dividing array into sub problems. So a general way of dividing sub problem is divided in a 2 halves and try to solve the 2 halves separately. So if I keep on dividing this approach, I will reach to a point where I will my sub problem size would be so small that in order to find sub array, I need not do any additional or complex computation to find which subarray has the maximum sum. So till what point I should divide so that without doing any substantial amount of computations or complex comparisons, I should be able to find this is the subarray with maximum sum. What do you think? Till what point I have to divide? So right now, how many? So what is the size of this? This is 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's a 10th element of 10 size. So what should I do? If I divide it by 2, it is index is 0 and length is total length is 10. 10 by 2, it is 5. So let us do one thing. Let us take that the quotient operator itself as a midpoint. So if I take midpoint, so it is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So this becomes the what would I say? Is this would become if I take mid here, this is 5 and this is and if I do 10 by 2, I get 5. Okay, I'll take this as first mid. If I take this first as a first mid of divide operation, I get this first mid, and this is where I get the second mid of that problem. So I have divided into first. So now let us, for time being, just focus on left half. Whatever we do it on left half, that process applies to each half of every division. So for time's sake, let us just solve on this one. So here, what is the index? It is 0 and 5. What would be the next division of this? 0 and 5, 5 by 2. If you go on quotient operation, at what point I will be dividing the array? Can you just respond in chat window? At what point we will be dividing the array? So it is 0 and it is 5. So 5 quotient operator 2, it is 2. So this would be the another half, and this would be another half. I'm not exactly going on index track, but it is 2. If I say by 2, this would be one sub problem, and this would be another sub problem after dividing that. And here, if I do this, I get the same sub problem Here too I will do similar subproblem. This will be around that. So should I stop at this subproblem size? I keep on dividing to a point where without doing any substantial or without doing any additional computation, I should be able to tell what is a subarray with maximum sum. So what would be the smallest problem size in order to come to the decision? Size of problem 2 or size of problem 1, where without doing any computation, you will be just able to tell that this is a subarray with maximum sum without doing any computation. So where should I stop my division? Till I reach to a subproblem of size 0, or till a subproblem of size 1, or subproblem of size 2, or both? Yeah, if you carefully observe this, you will find that what is the maximum subarray sum of this array? The array itself, the single array itself. So without doing any computation, I can tell that 2 itself is the maximum sum subarray for the array of size 1. So I keep on dividing till I get a subproblem of size 1. Okay, so I would have furthermore division operations for this 2. This 2 remains same, and this 10 gets once again divided into 2 further operations. Okay, so we have only seen the left part division. We have not yet looked at this right part of division. We'll shortly see, like, once we get that. So without increasing complexity of the, let us see how I can repeat. So what I have done is, now I am done with divide operation. So divide operation is now done. Now what is remaining? Conquer. In conquer, what we do? We solve the subproblems. So when we solve the subproblems, what are the least subproblem at which I ended up? The least subproblem I ended up is subproblem size 1. So let us do one thing. Let us start writing the solutions of this here itself. For example, if I, okay, just above this here, if I write the maximum sum subarray, what is the maximum sum for that subarray? What is the maximum sum for subarray for an array of size 1 with element 12 in that? The maximum sum will be 12. So now, slightly, I hope this font is visible. I'll make it as bold, and I'll just change the background color. Okay, the maximum sum subarray for this subarray is 12, right? So what is maximum sum subarray for this array? I have to solve this. The element itself is 12. Okay. So what is maximum? So we are only solving the subproblem first. So now what is the maximum sum for this subarray? For 10, it is 10. So let me just see. For this it is minus 12. I think slightly mouse is not working. So here it is 10. And what is here? Here it is minus 2. For the subproblems, I have minus 2. So now that I have a solution to subproblems, what should I do now? So now I have a solution for subproblems. What is step here? So I am done with conquer. And what is now remaining? Combine the sub-solutions so that you end up with a solution to the larger problem. So now the question arises, combining solution to the subproblem should give me a solution to the larger problem formed by combining solutions of the subproblem. Likewise, if I go here, you will understand that here the sum would be 2, and likewise wherever we have a sub array, we will have 5 as well. So here the answer is 5 for this maximum sum for the sub array. Now problem arises, what will be the sub array for this element? So can you tell me what will be the sub array? How should I solve this? So the question is, how do I merge? This is the only tricky part in this algorithm. Divide is easy, conquer is solving sub problems. The tricky part is how to merge the solution. So if I consider this array of size 2, its left part is this, its right part is no. I know what is maximum sum subarray for its right part. I also know what is the maximum sum for its left part. So what do you think? What would be the maximum subarray for array when you combine left part and right part? So when you combine left part and right part, there could be 3 cases. What could be those 3 cases? Let us quickly check that. For example, if I copy this array, okay, and for time being, I'll just remove all the elements in this. So, for example, whenever I have left half and right half, and when you know that you have a maximum sum for left, and when you have maximum sum array for right, and when you merge that, there are multiple cases for it. For example, if you take this and let us suppose let me identify the left and right with some different color. That time it would be much clearer for you. And this I'll take this as right half. So if I consider this as right half and left half, I have combined this, right? So I have a sum for this. I know what is maximum sum subarray for this problem. Let us assume I know that. And I also know the maximum sum subarray for right part. And when I combine this both, does it mean that combination of these two will be also be the maximum subarray for entire window? So entire subarray of size 4? No. So your entire new subarray could be just left, it could be just right, or it could be anywhere in the middle as well. For example, this two. It could be even in the middle as well. Or it could be entire left plus 3 from right, or entire right plus some part of left array as well. So I know the half of this. I know what will be at the half of that. I know what is at the right half of that. Now I need to do some computations which will tell me whether your maximum sum for this entire subarray, does it lie only on left side, or does it only lie on right side, or does it lie somewhere in the middle, wherein it's a combination of some left and some right, or some right or some left. So that trick I need to solve for that. Okay. So far clear? So far, have you understood at what problem we are stuck and for what we are trying to get the solution? So we are trying to merge two solutions from the sub-solutions, and we are trying to figure out the logic. How do I merge this solution? So now here, what is a tricky part is, let us call the left sum subarray and right subarray max with few variables. So let me copy this and let us work out here. So if I have this array, okay, I'm unable to get this figure. Okay, so generally let us do one thing. If I have left maximum sum subarray Let us have that. It denotes the maximum sum in the left half. And if I have right maximum sum subarray, if I have these two fields, so if can I directly combine them? I directly cannot combine. So there is something called as, when I merge this both the half, there is very possibility that the maximum sum subarray of the merged array could be in between of the merged array, where half of it could be in a left part and half of it could be in right part. It would be wrong to say half, but some part of that subarray could be the left side and some could be on right side. So I need to even get that. So what I do is I also find the maximum sum subarray for center part as well. Let us call it as center part. So left part we get it by below, right part we get it by below, and we have to also calculate the maximum sum possible if your subarray is in between left and right. And let us call it as center maximum sum subarray. So we get this LMSS and RMSS from the conquer step. So we already have that. Now we have to figure out how do I calculate CMSS. So to calculate CMSS, we have a small approach for that. So let us think how do we calculate. So if you want to find what is the maximum subarray of all three, just compare these three. Whichever is maximum, that gives me the maximum sum subarray for that part of array when you merge that solution. So now the question arises, how do I calculate center part maximum sum subarray? So for that we do the following procedure. Okay, so here when I merge this, so what is this? In my case it is left maximum sum subarray, this is right maximum sum subarray. Now I need to calculate center maximum sum subarray for this merged part of array. What do I do? How do I calculate? The center maximum sum subarray is nothing but it is the addition of maximum sum, it's the addition of the left sum plus right sum, max left sum and max right sum. What I call it as, remember I am calling this as max left sum and max right sum. How do I write it? Let me see this. So what it is nothing but it's the sum of left max sum plus right max sum. So what is left max sum and right max sum? That is how we will just do it for that. So here what we do is we calculate what is the maximum sum on the left side. Okay, what is the maximum sum of left side? When I say left side, I take a midpoint and I calculate sum of all elements to its left side. And when I'm calculating sum of all elements on the left side, somewhere I would be getting a max sum for that left side. Right. So likewise, when I calculate something for the right side, I will get a stage where my sum will be maximum in the right side. So when you combine the maximum sum from here and the maximum sum from here, you get some value. So what is the maximum sum on the left side? 12. What is the right maximum sum on right side? What it is? It is minus 12. Take the sum of both. What is the sum of both? It is 0 here. So in this case, for this example, let me just take a screen snip of this. So for this problem, for the above problem, I get the following. So for that, what I have left maximum subarray sum, it is 12. What is right maximum sum subarray? It is minus 12. And what is LMS here for this? Left max sum. Left max sum is sum of its left side. Maximum sum its left side. Here maximum sum on right side. So what it is? It is 12 plus minus 12, which is nothing but it is 0. What is maximum of this three? 12 minus 12, 0. The maximum is this. So what we write here is, here we write 12. Okay, so now when I have this part, when I have this part, and when I have this part, let me try to merge this. So when I merge this two, you get a value for that. Okay, so when you try to merge this, let me now take and let us do some problem for only this part. You will understand further, right? We'll try to merge this. So now when I want to merge that array, this below one, what is lm left max sum subarray for this is 12. What is right max sum subarray for this? It is 2. And what is center max subarray for this? It is left side maximum plus right side maximum. What do I have at the left maximum here? So here you check it here. So 12 minus 12. So now you will understand how do I calculate LMS. So if you consider this as left, I know this is left part. So when I consider this as a left part, this is mid, right? Let me see if I have any drawing tool here. Okay. Okay. So if you see here, this is my mid part, right? This is my mid part. So if you consider sum of sum left at sum, what is sum here? The sum here is minus 12. And if you add this element here, what is the sum here?
Sir,
Yeah.
the screen is stuck.
What do you see there?
Sir, the diagrams. Word file, word file.
Yeah, you see word file or okay. Do you see this? Do you see the right screen now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yeah. So I hope, let me just repeat. So we are solving for this subarray part, this subarray. Okay, we have solved for this, and I'm just trying to merge this for the two more problems for that. So what you see is for this sub problem, okay, for this one, I am calculating LMS, left maximum subarray. I got it from my sub problem. This I got it from here. So I need to find out the center maximum sum subarray, which is nothing but left maximum plus right maximum. So when you want to calculate left maximum and right maximum, what you get is you have to do the following. Let me clear everything. So this is my mid. So if I want to calculate a left maximum, I start taking sum of these elements. So what is sum when I consider the first element from the left side, from the reverse direction? Sum here is minus 12, and if I add 12 to this, what is sum here? 0. So when you compare these two, which is maximum? This is maximum. So the LMS, the max left side sum is 0, and what is max right side sum? 2. Take the sum of these two. What is that? That will give you, what it will give you? It will give you center maximum subarray sum. So what it is equal to 2. So what is maximum among these two? 12, 2, and 2. So the maximum sum here is 12. So what we do is, here I write a maximum sum for this element. What it is? 12. Okay. So if I solve the same problem here, what will be the value for this? So it is 10 minus 2, sum of left, max sum from left side, max sum the 10 minus 2 is 8. What is maximum? This itself is maximum. So here I get this value. So it is 10. Now what you will get here? So from this side you have 10, and this side you have 5. So it is LM left maximum subarray, and it is right maximum subarray. Here this is your mid. So let me show you again. So this is mid here. I need to calculate left max sum. So max sum, how do I calculate? Minus 2. Add 10 to it. What will be the value here? The sum will be 8. And what I have here? 5. What is sum of these two? What is sum of these two? 8 plus 5. What is sum of these two? 8 plus 5. 13. So what I get here I get center as 13. So which is larger? 10 is larger, 5 is larger, or 13 is larger? 13 is larger. So here technically what will be the maximum subarray for this? It would be 13. Okay. So did you get till this point? Now we will solve it for this problem. Just let me know if you have solved this for this. Till now, have you understood this? I know this could be little complex, but if you pay attention, you'll understand that. Have you understood till this point? Okay. Okay. So let me now go further. Now at what step we are left with? We are left with this problem. Let me take this to my word problem. So let me snip this screen. I am cutting this problem. Okay. So now we will solve it for the other problem. So once we solve, we will get a result for that. Okay, let me go to a new tab here. So if this is a problem, okay, what will be the left maximum subarray at this stage is 12. What is right maximum sum subarray, which I got it by merging the subproblem? Here it is 13. Now I need to calculate center maximum subarray. So why we calculate center? Because when we merge this subarray is this. If I can always have some subarray at the mid of this, in order to calculate that, we calculate center max sum subarray. So now how do I calculate this? Let me plot a midpoint. So this is mid. This is my mid of that. So I calculate L left max sum. What I calculate from left max sum and right max sum. How do I calculate the sum of that? So it is left max sum plus right max sum. So what is left max sum for me here? So here if you take left max sum, the sum is 2. You'll calculate. If you want to find what the maximum sum on left part, you have to do that. So 2 plus minus 12, what you'll get here? The sum becomes minus 10. So this 2 plus 12. So this minus 10 plus 12, what is the solution here? 2. Now what is max among this? The max among this is 2. So here you will write 2 plus, now from right side, what is max? Here 10. So max sum. What I have? 10 minus 2. So the sum becomes 8. So 8 plus 5. What is 8 plus 5? 30. So now what is max among these three? The max among these three is 2. And what is max among this? 13. So what is plus of these two? The plus of these two is 15. So which is greater? 12 is greater, 13 is greater, or 15 is greater? 15 is greater. So now here if you do that, it is 12 plus 13 is equal to 15. So what takes? So it is indication that your maximum subarray is neither on left side nor right side, it is somewhere in the middle. That's how you are capturing this 15. So when you get this 15, here you can write this sum here as 15. So here I write 50. Okay. So now that's how I have solved left part. Now I need to solve the right part. So can you quickly tell me what would be the right part here? So how do I do that? I have to divide. So tell me where should I divide this? So it is 0 to it is 5. It's a 6, 7, 8, 9. So 6 plus 9 by 2, 15 by 2. The quotient would be 7. So mid is here. So I'm not exactly going on. So it doesn't matter if I just take half division or here or there. So I only get this value. So you can later while doing program, we can adjust them properly. So this would be the division of this. And how are these elements going to be divided? These are further divided into this form. Okay. So here I get this part. So I'll not type all this one. So what I get here. So here. So here the maximum sum I get is minus 10. And what I get here, minus 9. And here I'll get 3. Here I'll get 4. What I get maximum here? Here I get 7. What I get maximum here? So here I'm going to get 7 if I combine the below problems. So here I'm going to get 7. What I'll get here? What I'll get? Minus 10, minus 9, or would I get minus 19? The max here is minus 9. So now when you combine these two, what you'll get here? Okay, so let us solve this. This would be one more good step to solve this. So here, what I have, this is my midpoint, right? This is my midpoint. This is left maximum subarray and it is right maximum sum subarrays. So I'm just writing the sum of that. So what is your left max here? Minus 9. And minus 9 plus minus 10, here it becomes minus 19. And what's the case here? It is 3. 3 plus 4, it is 7. What is sum of this? Minus 19 plus 7. What you will get here? Minus 19 and plus 7. You will get, I think, 7, 2. You get minus 12. That's what the maximum sum you get from here. So minus 12, minus 9 and 7. Which is greater? 7 is greater. So the sum which comes to here is 7. So we get a 7 here. So now to combine these two, let us solve this entire subproblem. So I have 15 here, I have 7. You will take mid here. You have to calculate left sum and right sum. Let me just take a snippet. Let us solve it in the last. You will get a problem here. Okay. So here, if I further solve it, okay. So I have this is equal to 15 and right is equal to, I have 7 and I have to calculate SS, which is nothing but LMS plus right max sum. So let me see what will be the sum here. So this is your mid. Let me clear everything first. So this is your mid. What is sum here? 5. And what will be sum here? 3. It is 5 plus minus 2. So it is 3 plus 10. What it is? 13. 13 plus 2. What is 13 plus 2? 15. 15 minus 12. So it is 3. 12 is 15. So here if you further solve this, here if you when you solve this, you will get an answer for that. What do I have? It is minus 10. So here it would be minus 19. 19 3. What it is? 19 3 means minus 16. Then after minus 16, minus 16 plus 4, it becomes minus 12. So what is maximum from this is 15. What is maximum from this? The maximum. Minus 10, minus 19, 16 or minus, what is the maximum? The maximum is minus 10. So you get minus 10. What is sum here? So 15. So it is 15 plus, let me type 15 plus, what was that? Minus 10 is equal to 5, which is greater, 15, 7 or 5? 15 is greater. So the 15 comes as a maximum sum sub array for this problem. So here, this would be 15 answer for this maximum sum sub array. So now this is just an algorithm. When we write a program, that time we will understand how to recursively call this. How do I get this indices, and how do I actually get a sub array from this or this, or how that? That is a part of our program. We will look into that program when we start with that. So I think let us do one thing. Since we have calculated till this point, let us also calculate the complexity of this approach. It's a very short and quick. We will solve it for that. So now remember what we are doing. For every time we are dividing array into two halves, right? So if I have a size of n, I am dividing into first half, second half, and I am also solving the first half as well as second half. At this C, and when I merge any of this solution, how many scans you require? For example, at this point, if I am trying to merge this at this point, how many scans you are requiring? N scans you are requiring for to calculate CMSs, right? So almost n number of comparisons are required to merge any of the two solutions. Okay, so if I write a recurrence relation for this, what would be the recurrence relation? Can you guess what could be the recurrence relation for this? So T of n time required for this one. So if I just say time required for 0, if it is 0 means I don't execute anything. If I have array of size 1, how many operations I could calculate maximum sub array in 1, right? When I have 2, how many comparisons I require to find the maximum sub array? Right once, left once, and compare both. So almost 3. So it could be approx. I am writing this as approximately 6. So don't go on exact comparison. So generally speaking, if I write it for T of n is equal to, I'm just taking your time because I want to complete this. Let me do one thing. So what it is? Time required to solve first half plus time required to solve second half plus how many comparisons you require? You require n comparisons, right? And generally, before saying n, it could be some constant into n. It could be 1 into n or some. I'll just use it c into n. So now if you solve this recurrence relation, it could be written as this form: T of n is equal to T of, let me write it as T of n by 2 plus Cn. So can we solve it by using Master's theorem? If you have Master's theorem ready, reference, what will be that? So here A is equal to 2, B is equal to 2, and what is K? N to the power of K. What is K? K is equal to 1. If this is a case, what case it is? Can you do a quick calculation and tell me what would be the complexity of this? We can even substitute, we can solve it. You will also get answer for substitution. But I would like to try a Master's theorem because this relation fits into Master's theorem case. Can you quickly solve and tell me what would be the case of Master's theorem? I need to open the Master's theorem reconciliation. Do you have that ready with you? Let me open the Master's theorem site. Recurrence relations. I think it was in recurrence relations, right? I'm trying to open that. Okay, so this is your Master's theorem. So what case will apply? So our is in this format. So if I come here and if I check this, what case will apply to me? Tell me what case applies. A is equal to 2, B is equal to 2, K is equal to 1. What case applies to me? I'll check your responses in chat. Yeah, case 2. If it is case 2, what will be the complexity? O of n to the power of k. What is n to the power of k? N log n. That's why the entire time complexity for this divide and conquer approach is O of n log n. This is the complexity of this algorithm. Okay, and is it better than n square? Yes. Is it better than n to the power of 3? Yes. So we just saw the working approach. How to write a program, we'll see it in a next lecture. So now I would like to have your opinion. Do you want the next lecture to be taken on next coming Tuesday? Or if you want, I can take a small 30-minute session tomorrow as well, just to write a program for this, just a recursive program for this. It is up to you. How do you decide? We'll do this. Because I personally feel that if you take a more number of gaps, like today it is Friday, you'll take Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. It's up to you. How you decide, you tell me. If you want, sir, tomorrow you give a 30-20 minutes lecture, we'll just write a program for this. That's also fine. If you want us to directly meet again on Tuesday, that's also fine. So just let me know in your WhatsApp group. You can discuss for today and let me know when you want that lecture. So can anyone tell me, can CR tell me that? Right now, can anyone take the responsibility of taking all students' opinion and tell me, should we write program tomorrow or on Tuesday? Accordingly, I'll plan. Okay, I think I have consumed too much of your time. I'm done for this lecture as of now. So I think if you're fine, you can, if you don't have any questions, you can just leave the meeting, stand up the class. Okay. Just remember that. Who will take this lead? Who is here, I think? Okay, so Gurnath, right? Gurnath, just discuss with your students and let me know. Yes, shall we see program tomorrow or Tuesday? Huh? After this lecture is done, just reply me on WhatsApp.
Yes, sir. I will discuss with them. Then I will reply at WhatsApp.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for that. Yeah.